Hey all, Avros here, back with the next Lufenia Plus fight, the fight for the Act 3 Chapter 6 Part 1, and the release of a new BT weapon and the return of the characters, the whole reason why I started making Dissidia Opera Omnia videos in the first place, Gilgamesh. I'm really excited to resume making a series where he is a star, but I brought Bartz along for this fight to hand over the reins back to Gil. So the bosses of this fight are pretty easy from an orb control perspective. This orb appears at below 80% HP, and is a lethal attack if it triggers. The orb has a 5 count at spawn, a maximum of 5 total as well, and increasing the orb is done via any transformed HP attack, which is every character in the game if they are built, other than King. The Death Rider bosses are the same as they have been every other time we fought them, with the following attacks to watch out for. They have one called Share Burst, which recovers them from break, steals bravery from the party, and does an AoE bravery attack, and Death Cleave and Death Cleave Plus, which reduces the party's bravery by half and raises the boss's bravery. And the Plus version also removes the boss's debuffs, debuffs the party, and does a guaranteed AoE bravery plus split HP attack. And the Plus version is done if one character takes 5 turns in a row. The strategy for this fight was to get Bartz's BT Plus finisher up, as well as Garnet's BT Plus finisher, after using Peridot Thunder Flash, and then use Gilgamesh's LD attack. Enjoy the text referencing the Battle on the Big Bridge fight from him in FF5, and then use Gabranth's LD call into Garnet's LD attack Eternal Darkness. With this refreshed, Gilgamesh was getting the next turn, and I used his upgraded HP attack, which copies other units' LDs and gives Gilgamesh an immediate extra turn, and it was lucky that it was Mythgraven Blade Plus, which healed Bartz, who did take damage before this turn. I then got Jack's LD call up, and used his regular call to stack the effect, before going into Gilgamesh's BT finisher. At this point the orbs had spawned in, and I had Garnet use her HP attack Hammer of Judgment Plus to keep the orbs up, Bartz used Krile's LD call, and then Missile before Gilgamesh used his Burst. With the BT Plus Burst phase, I have found the best order is to go with a HP Plus for the Sword effect, then his EX, another HP Plus attack, the LD, a HP Plus attack, Wild Dance, and then the finisher. In this case, the swords I got were Apocalypse, which is delay, copying Cloud's sword, Mythgraven Blade, which is extra HP over the top of your basic HP as well as healing, and that's Paladin Cecil's sword, and then the Royal Sword, which is the same effect as its owner, Onion Knight, where it moves the turns around in the turn order. This BT phase gave a total of 8.9 million damage. Once this phase was done, I then used HP Plus again on Gilgamesh, which was Mythgraven Blade again, and then went into Wild Dance. On Bartz I used Double Hand to finish getting his Mastery up, and then Hammer of Judgment Plus on Garnet. Gil again got Mythgraven into his EX, and then I summoned Shiva and used Eternal Darkness on Garnet, Elemental Attack on Bartz, Mythgraven again on Gil, into Wild Dance, Holy Prayer on Garnet, and Hammer of Judgment. Coming out of summon, I used the HP Plus on Bartz to make sure the orbs stayed up. Gil then got Apocalypse for his HP Plus attack, and then one final Hammer of Judgment from Garnet, and the fight was done. Nothing really more to say about this fight. That kind of gives a full breakdown on what I was doing. With the number of BT Plus characters we've got around in the game now, it's much easier to sort of bring a few of them to make these fights easier, so long as you've got a way of controlling the orb, and like I said with this orb, it being just those HP Plus attacks, that's much easier to get around this and everything there. So that's all I've got for this one. On that note, thank you for watching. If you want any further assistance with this fight, please ask in the comments down below, and enjoy the rest of the video.
疾風の必殺剣うりゃおりゃとしゃとどめだ熱唱これだ伝説の一撃
みんなのためにも
疾風いざこれだ伝説の一撃切り刻む
力を貸してください。迷わないと決めたの。
穴から俺は
これだ伝説の一撃疾風
祈りを力に。
これだ電話してくれたいほう俺が悪かったってのは嘘だけどな